Oof, my apologies. I just kind of jumped right into it. Yeah, making sure everything's working. But yeah, we're back. Like I said, we were going to on Tiny Bunny. Not looking forward to this. I'm genuinely scared. It's a pretty good game. Here we go again. And as always, I will not be reading out the stuff that's, you know, vocalized. Only the stuff that's not. 3, 2, 1. I moved closer and took a look at something everyone was interested in through a wall of backpacks. There was a piece of paper with something printed on it glued to the left of the notice board. 10 years old, grade 4B. He left his home on January 5th. 1600. 1600 is 4 o'clock for anyone that doesn't know any better. He never returned. Last seen at the bridge over the Smorodina River? Smorodina? I'm sorry, any Russian people. He was wearing an orange coat with a hood, a black wool cap, a scarf, and mittens with green stripes. Child machine. Vova Matyukin. Matyukin. Vova Matyukin. What was his name? A 4th grader. On that grainy print, Vova looked dead with a black mouth and dark, empty eye sockets. Could it be that the darkness dwelling deep in the forest invaded his pores and mutilated his face? A plastic toy gun couldn't protect him from the whispering branches and howling wind. Empty eyes of the lost boy pierced through my soul as if pleading. Unable to meet his stare, I turned around and rushed to the window, took a seat on the windowsill. The corridor was slowly filling up with children in groups of few. Nobody paid me any mind. In the darkness of school toilets, child's voices were hammering a nursery rhyme. I turned my head toward them, trying to get a better look at their features, but then my attention was stolen by a loud clicking sound. A female teacher marched down the corridor with her chin raised up high. Her heels were hitting the floor like miniature hooves. A girl was trailing her every step. She was also looking pompous, stopping along the way and whispering something secret in her friend's ear. Oh, that's her. Oh my god. Wait, are the creatures in the forest actual entities, or are we, like, having some kind of mental breakdown? Are we suffering from schizophrenia? What the fuck? I'm pretty sure that's the fox right there. Pretty eyes and everything. She was probably a class rep since she was carrying an attendance register book.
Екатерина, возьми, пожалуйста.
The teacher opened the classroom door and a crowd of children swarmed in, screaming and pushing. Out of all, a tall red-haired fat boy caught my attention. His face was full of blisters. He looked like the insides of a pomegranate. Ouch. A bad feeling risen up on the hair on the back of my head. I've seen boys like him before, unsolved eyes, cackling laughter. The girl, who was a smaller copy of the teacher, warned the boy with a wave of her hand. Wait, the girl, who was a smaller copy of the teacher, yeah, that's right. I read that right. With a wave of her hand, and entered the room through the cutting in the crowd. Some other guy stood in the way of the crowd, and the redhead immediately shoved him. The boy flew headfirst, flying his hands, trying to keep his balance. The fatso burst out laughing, and a couple of kids joined his nasty cackling. The laughter sounded like someone was snipping through huge garden scissors. The classroom sucked all the kids in. The corridor stood empty. I wanted to grow roots and stay on the windowsill. Just a handful of lampposts outside were bathing in the darkness, writhing in the fluorescent fish in the black ocean. Maybe I can still run away. Go outside, dissolve in the dark. I imagined myself running through snow, how it squeaks under my boots, and how I'm becoming lighter and lighter with every step. Ouch. The ringer's drill blew that illusion away. I tore myself from the window with great effort, then took a couple of deep breaths, trying to at least calm down my mad pulse, and entered the classroom. Oh, wow. The prim teacher looked at me over the frame of her glasses, clearly annoyed. I am the transfer snort.
Мне вот сказали к вам подойти.
A snoring forest trail was winding in front of my eyes. The pines rustled, but it didn't sound predatory anymore. She buried herself in the register and flicked through the pages.
А фамилия-то как?
Петров.
Громче говори. Чего мямлишь?
Петров.
Нет такого.
She measured me with a long and heavy stare, as if trying to see if I was lying. I wanted to sink through the floor. Hazy faces observed all of that from the lab. The classroom breathed and stirred in unison like a living organism, like a dangerous beast.
Ты не ошибся? Нет такого в списке.
My knees chose the worst time to start shaking, and I felt dizzy. I clutched my fist so hard my knuckles became white.
Мне сказали, 204 кабинет, Лилия Павловна, 6 В.
Apparently, everyone in the classroom took my words for some sort of joke because they were all laughing.
Что за бардак?
The classroom fell silent. The kids hid their smirks for a rare occasion.
Понаберут студентов. Только знают, что губяки свои малевать. А я разгребай, значит. А бумаги-то кто заполнять будет? Не первый раз ведь уже. Подожди здесь. Сейчас. Сейчас я им устрою.
Oh, what a kind teacher. The teacher flew past me, mumbling something to herself in righteous anger, and I was left standing at the side of the classroom. Like a convict in front of a firing squad, I lowered my gaze, feeling the mocking stares from all around the classroom directed at me. They prickled my skin, danced on it like laser lights. Once again, I imagined running away from this place, fighting the clawing wind, soaring high above the pines in one long leap, jump. With the wind in my back as my only companion, the eyes of my future classmates were asking, "This new boy, is he one of us or an outsider?" Somebody whispered something, and I stifled laughter rolled through the classroom.
Доску вытри!
It was easy to guess who was the main prankster here.
Эй, очкарик! Ты чё, не только слепой, но еще и глухой? Доску вытри, говорю!
My knees weren't the only shaking part of my body anymore. I was trembling from head to toe, and I prayed for the teacher to come back sooner. My prayers were answered by the powers that be.
Ну что мне с тобой делать-то? Куда сажать, а? Давай-ка сядь, наверное, с Семеном. Он все равно один.
Еще чего?
Really? We gotta sit next to the fucking ginger? Being ginger, I'm insulted. The fat put his backpack on the seat beside him in defiance, scratched his belly and smirked.
Ты опять за старое? Снова бабушку в школу вызывать?
The classroom went silent.
А чё она мне сделает?
Не она, так я тебе сделаю.
Ooh, big words.
Рюкзак убрал быстро.
Simon didn't move a muscle. He started setting the portraits of wires on the wall, looking bored. I needed to do something to resolve this somehow, to save myself.
Я...
I cleared my throat and continued in a stifled voice that sounded nothing like me.
Я могу за последнюю парту сесть. Там, кажется, свободно.
The teacher snorted loudly. She looked at me, then Simon, then back at me.
Ладно, садись пока туда. А с тобой, Бабурин, мы еще поговорим. Чтобы подошел после уроков. Будешь по классу дежурить, ясно?
Simon forced out a twisted smile. Juicy pimples were growing on the top of his nose, ripe for the taking. Ew. I mean, I understood that, you know, he was going through puberty, but you gotta describe it in such a vile manner. Right for the take. Juicy pimples. Oh, Lord. The disgusting pustules. Ugh. I walked carefully, afraid to stumble and fall, causing another outburst of laughter from everyone. I took my seat at the back, at the last table, where I was met with a pile of old posters. The outcasts took their seats, and the class was ready to start.
Вот и хорошо. Начнем урок. Тема: традиции русской и мировой литературы в рассказе Зощенко «Не надо врать».
The fatso turned back to me. His stare informed me of the coming days, weeks, and months of bullying. I got my eyes on you, said his watery look. That's what I thought, fatty. Goddamn right, you turn your fucking fat head back. After just a couple of periods, I had already noticed a huge yellow spit stain in my notebook. Okay, that's vile. Also, fuck you, whoever did that. Then at the cafeteria, this Simon accidentally spilled a glass of compote on me. I'm guessing this is a Russian thingy. A dessert drink brewed from a mix of dry fruit and berries. Yeah, Ruski. I don't mind Ruskis. And then he filled his hands out around after exiting the toilet, so some of the liquid from his hands it would get on me. Just before the final period for today, Simon pushed me into a buzzing crowd of girls from our class. They made way cursing, but I couldn't hold my balance and ended up ramming my face to the girl I took for the class rep before right into her chest. I immediately stepped back, dying from embarrassment.
Ты в порядке?
Я...
Then she suddenly put her hands on her hips.
Нет, ну вы посмотрите на него. Облапал меня прямо у всех на глазах. Я сейчас всю маме расскажу. Тебя из школы выгонят, извращенец.
There was some sort of sadistic pleasure in her eyes, as if she was a child who was about to put a lit-up match to the chaffer beetle.
Я нечаянно, меня толкнули.
Все видели. Слепых среди нас нет.
She stared at my glasses while showing me a creepy smile. I started to fume on the inside, but Simon's laughter cooled my head.
Толкнули? Чё, правда?
He swaggered up to me, enveloped me in the smell of sunflower seeds and rotting teeth, and then pushed me to the ground.
Вот так, да? И чё ты сделаешь?
Sorry about that. The bully towered over me, as if saying, "Come on, hit me. Let me see you try." Well, I don't know how they do it in Russia.
Слушай,
Listen, you. My throat went dry, my lips were moving on their own, and my voice was echoed to a stifled squeal. Simon wore a mocking smile.
давай, продолжай, очкарь. Чё примолк-то? Нам всем очень интересно.
Goddamn, fuck you, bro.
Если еще хоть раз меня тронешь,
Simon slowly stuck a finger and poked my forehead.
натронул и чё? Еще хоть раз! Тронул! А вот еще! И еще! И еще! И еще!
He was poking me with his finger so hard that my head tilted backward. I must not cry, or I'll be done for.
Чё ты мне сделаешь, мямля?
My vision went blurry. My soul tore off from the floor. I rushed forward and threw a random punch without looking. What I saw when I opened my eyes was beautiful and horrifying at the same time. Simon was holding his ear and blinking in amazement. Was I the first person to rebel against this absolute rule? I needed to run, but I was already surrounded by his cronies.
Лилия Павловна! Лилия Павловна! Петров Бабурина ударил!
The Simon's streak grew even redder when his pimple even wider, like the heads of larvae. But a smile flashed on his face that was only noticed among his comrades. He got really close to me. The smell of rotten teeth washed over me.
Тебе пиздец.
His voice was evil and dangerous, like someone tore off the lid from a kettle while boiling fat. I was waiting to get hit, counting the thumps in my heart and guessing where his fist would go. The solar plexus, the jaw, the nose. But he just turned around and walked off. A thought, cold and sober and extremely rational, popped up in my head. I'm going to get killed today. I was late to leave school after classes on purpose. Simon didn't attend class last period, so I was hopeful. What if he decided to dodge the cleaning duty and ran home, forgetting all about me? I heaved a sigh of relief like someone on death row whose execution was delayed by a day. But I didn't let myself forget his tone, his vengeful gaze, and his scary, electrified smirk. While the other students were leaving the school, laughing loudly, I was pretending to skim through my books near a window. I was staring outside, nervous. Simon was nowhere to be found in the front yard or near the school gate. I didn't really believe I was this lucky, so I decided to be extra cautious and stayed for some more time in the corridor that was gradually getting less crowded. All the bustle moved to the first floor. There was a skeleton peeking out of the biology classroom. Some jokester put a cap with the American condor on its head. The sound of running water were coming from the bathroom. I was the only person left in the whole school. I'm not alone. A sudden thought came to mind. I remembered the missing boy, his portrait on the notice board near the schedule. I remembered his smile, him looking at me, and the fact that he's mostly likely already dead.
Привет.
Hello. I shouted and turned around. Oh, sorry again. At first my eyes stumbled upon the black violin case, and then I noticed the girl from my class was holding it. Is she the fox? She sat at the first row of the second column. I could swear I caught her looking at me a couple of times. And I was thinking less of her myself. Sometimes it just feels nice to look at something pretty, the spring sky, or a girl that's not in the crowd that laughs at Simon's jokes, and she wasn't whispering the dirty laundry of other people to Katya. She spent all the breaks just like me, staying in the classroom or looking in the window or drawing something in her green notebook.
Здравствуй.
I turned around and pretended I was saying the prayer on the wooden floor.
Круто ты ему врезал.
Это вышло случайно. Почти.
I started shoving books in my backpack to at least put something in my hands.
Вроде Семен раньше таким не был. Он к нам недавно перевелся. Бабушка мне его по секрету сказала, что он словно взбесился. Семена даже старшеклассники побаиваются. Представляешь? А ты вот молодец. Не струсил.
Угу.
I mumbled in reply. Yeah, right. Me? Brave? A hero that has been standing around the hallway to avoid a beating. The girl looked at me with her clear, attentive eyes.
А ты за рекой живешь? В том деревянном доме?
Ну да.
Там, наверное, страшно. Да еще через лес идти. Я бы так не смогла.
I shivered at the mention of the forest. I thought of intertwining branches of a snake-like trail of endless darkness that spread like mold among the crooked trees. So I straight up lied.
Да не так уж там и страшно. А что тебя так пугает?
She smiled after a brief pause, as if brushing off a daydream.
Да так. Ничего. Меня, кстати, Полина зовут.
А меня Антон.
Ну, это я знаю. Слушай, Антон,
She stumbled as if trying to decide whether she should continue.
а что ты делаешь после школы?
My chest felt prickly after her innocent question, yet somehow it felt pleasant.
Ничего такого.
I stumbled and didn't finish my sentence. Whoa, what? Are we having a psychotic moment? What? Whoa, hey, ew. Alyssa's predatory smile flashed in front of my eyes. Her playful eyes and the slits of the mask were probably just a product of my imagination, though. What if that fox girl was waiting for me after the school? Or was it another of her weird jokes? I wonder if she's hiding a big red tail under her coat. I suddenly got covered with beads of sweat, like after a PE class. I wanted to take a shower as if thinking of the foxy girl made me dirty, sold my clothes, lured me into the forest's embrace.
У меня сейчас занятие, скрипка, а потом я свободна. Дедушка мне репетитора нанял. Наш учитель музыки, он же скрипач. А здесь, в поселке, ему некому преподавать. Только мне.
She waved her free hand in the air, imitating the movement of a bow on violin strings. I could almost hear the music. It chased Elisa out of my head. I looked at Paulina's lips, catching her every word, and was frozen from the unusual sensations. They were warm, soothing, and tingly. It felt like I was very small, and the feelings were immense, and they couldn't fit inside me.
Тут говорят, что у нас в поселке маньяк завелся. Раньше со школы меня всегда дедушка забирал, но в последнее время ему не здоровится.
I snuck a glance at Boba's photo. His eyeballs were studying me, his lips were wearing black lipstick, just like that portrait on a gravestone.
Ты не подумай, я не трусишка, просто... Просто мне кажется, что с тобой будет безопаснее. Антон, ты сможешь проводить меня до дома?
There it was. Finally, everything I read about in the adventure books, everything I dreamt about was seeping into my life. A mysterious crime, a beautiful stranger, and a heroic duel. A duel. Thinking of Simon instantly sobered me up, bringing me back to earth, and it started shaking under my feet like a deck of a ship. If only I could rise to the occasion for Paulina. Because no matter how brave I was trying to act, it was obvious for both of us that I wouldn't be able to stand a chance against a big guy like that. And him knocking me out won't even be the worst of it. The worst part of it is that Paulina will see all of it. And she'll laugh at me like everybody else. No, I don't need anybody to see me in such a shameful state.
Сегодня вряд ли получится. Ты же знаешь, Семен, скорее всего, караулит на школьном дворе. Лучше мне с ним разобраться лично, по-мужски.
Глупости какие.
Paulina brushed off some of her hair off her forehead, and I sensed a weak aurora of blackberry. Paulina was like water when you were thirsty, and gulped it down, still wanted more. I remembered summer evenings at the country house, the fire's pungent smoke, the berries hanging over our fence for the neighbors, and a soft cover of pine needles under my soles. Those few peaceful days when I felt completely safe. My mom resting in the hammock, my dad putting meat on a skewer. Could I have foreseen the upcoming catastrophe and the crackle of the coals and our parents' laughs and the smell of the fleeting July? Could I have seen how fragile that world was?
Думаешь, этот дикарь будет честно драться? Со своими дружками набросятся всем скопом, опомниться даже не дадут.
Paulina suddenly flashed a devious smile.
Но если мы пойдем вместе, это их ошарашит. Я же не только первая скрипка на деревне, я ведь еще и девочка. Слышала от знакомого хулигана, что он никогда не нападает на кого-то в присутствии девушки. Представляешь, у них кодекс чести такой.
A delinquent, you know, I thought, worried. Is he better than me? Taller? More handsome?
Ой, мне на музыку пора.
Amazing, Paulina didn't look like those beauties from the magazine posters of the actresses from the movies. But in the flickering light of the ceiling lamp, she looked much more alluring.
А ты играешь на чем-нибудь?
My parents bought me a guitar a couple years ago. I immediately remembered my meager attempts at making music. Change. Warhol, waiting for change. Soy's song echoed my thoughts and my desires to change something. The guitar got lost somewhere, as if refusing to move to the old house in the forest. I think my parents gave it away to someone that needed it more.
Увы, не играю.
Жалко. Ну ладно, я побежала. Пока!
Her shout was captured by the loud echo. Her shoes also echoed through the school hallways.
Пока!
I wasn't sure if Paulina heard me. I looked out the window again. The schoolyard was empty. Just a couple of grade schoolers throwing snowballs at each other. Nobody who looked like the hulking Simon with his cronies. This was giving me hope. What should I do? Feeling it could become my friend, the first one in this new place. And besides, she may be in real danger of being a killer, and I'll be her defender, her knight. And even though my inner voice was hesitant and whispered about running away from the killers lurking in the woods at night, Polino was worth the risk. But the red cunning fox was also intriguing. She promised to help look for Vova, and this will bring me a reward. More money will also guarantee peace in my family. Gifts for Olia. I imagine my sister happy like those girls who get prizes from Sopnev in the finest hour. Sergei Sopnev, a Soviet and Russian TV host, the most prolific showman of the Russian kids' TV in the 90s. He hosted teen quizzes as well as computer entertainment shows. Sopnev died on December 8, 2001, when he crashed his snowmobile into a river pier. Huh, unfortunate. She'll be dancing with the famous singers, maybe a new popular boys band like Ivanovsky International. Mom and Dad hugging in the Ostkno Pavilion. And then all of us going to Disneyland. Not that you'd want to anymore. Ooh. I say we cut it off right here. I know we didn't get a whole lot done, but we still got stuff done. And it seems like a good point to cut off. So that's what I'm doing. We'll do some more tomorrow, hopefully, if I get off work early enough. Till then, thank you.